make it. Excellent. So I would like to welcome you all to my Holistic Sleep Solutions Rest Your Nervous System for Ultimate Wellness Masterclass. I am Amanda Collingswells, for those that don't know me. And I am, I refer to myself as a holistic wellness practitioner, but I am a wellness coach. I dedicate myself to helping individuals on their journey towards restful sleep and holistic wellness and a more balanced life. And through the work that I do with my clients, I'm able to help them create a sense of calm and relaxation to transform their health and well-being to overall quality of life. So as I said, I see myself as a holistic wellness practitioner because I help my clients through the use of massage, aromatherapy, bush flower essences, hypnotherapy, and mindset work. So rather than just call myself one, I feel that I incorporate many different avenues as a whole. So my journey to restful sleep. I've done over 21 years of work in government department up until about 12 months ago. And certainly through that time, I had many periods where I suffered from poor sleep. I dealt with my fair share of stress from managing staff with competing priorities to juggling family and work-life balance. And I have struggled with poor sleep through that time. I would wake up feeling tired most days, and there would be weeks where I would wake up feeling more tired than the days I woke up feeling energized, and I would fall asleep on my bus travel on the way home. So I needed to find ways to change how I sleep so that I actually had a better quality of life. And today I can actually say that I do sleep deeply and I do wake up feeling well rested and ready to face the day with energy and enthusiasm. But it can take time. What we'll cover today is I'll introduce you to my holistic wellness framework. We'll talk about the impact of poor sleep on our body, improving sleep. I'll take you through a guided meditation, and I'll talk about the benefits of massage and talk about essential oils. Also, stay tuned because I do have a special bonus at the end to share with those that have registered. So we'll get started with a quote. Sleep is the best meditation. I really like this quote because I actually use it quite often. So if I happen to sit down on a Sunday afternoon and close my eyes, I will always say that I am meditating and not that I've actually had an afternoon nap, because quite often I actually am. I'm aware of what's going on around me, but I do go quite deep. But sleep is actually the best form of meditation. Having a good night's sleep is as good as having time out and meditating. So now we've set the tone with that quote. You're in the right place if you're struggling to get a restful night's sleep, if you're feeling the impacts of poor sleep on your physical and emotional well-being, and if you're looking for holistic approaches to improve the overall health and wellness. So if this sounds like you and you resonate with it, type yes in the chat box for me. That helps me to create engagement. Excellent. Great. So we move on. My 7 elements of holistic wellness framework. I've created this over probably the past 10 years of work that I've done with clients. I believe there is a real connection through these whole 7 elements to have overall wellness in our life. So I believe that our spiritual, our mental, our social, our emotional, our career, our family relationships, and our physical all interconnected. And if they're one or more slightly out of balance, it has an impact over our whole wellness. My next slide will show. So this is created, and my thinking is how when we have poor sleep, it can affect how we feel and how we deal with our family. So we could be short-tempered. We could not have the energy to spend time with the family, which then can impact on our social side of things. If we're tired and we haven't been sleeping well, we may not have the energy. We might want to be cancelling appointments and going out and catching up with friends or going out with family for dinner. And then we start to get on a bit of a cycle where it starts to affect our mental health or our spiritual health, so that you might become withdrawn. You might find that you're lacking even more energy. That then can cross over into your physical aspect of life. So the idea is that we need to look at our wellness as a whole and be working on all these different aspects and making small changes so that we can get a balance to be able to get our overall wellness in place. Linked in to the 7 elements that I have, I actually link them in also to the chakras. And I also do work with my clients of linking in essential oils to each of those different elements, and then can look at creating essential oil blends to work with individuals on areas of their life that they may like to do some work. So you'll find that the colors also link in with the chakras. So spiritual is obviously the crown chakra, mental is the third eye chakra, social is the throat chakra, emotional is the heart chakra, career is the solar plexus, family is the sacral, and our physical is our root chakra, being one of the most important, because if we don't have our root chakra really balanced for stability, it will have a huge flow-on effect to the rest of our body. How poor sleep affects your nervous system. So in this area, I'm just going to touch on hormone imbalance, cognitive impairment, and emotional distress. And I picked this picture because probably not so much now, but at times I certainly used to be able to relate to this woman with too much coming into my mind at once and going on and spinning around, and then just wanting to go at anyone or whoever was closest. So poor sleep impacts our hormones. It increases cortisol. And if we don't get enough sleep, we produce more cortisol, and that's a stress hormone. So when we've got elevated cortisol levels, it can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and then difficulty sleeping. And this creates that vicious cycle where stress affects sleep and poor sleep increases stress. So we can get on that cycle, and that's when it starts to affect our nervous system. So that stress doesn't necessarily need to be outside stress. It can be internal stress where our hormones are unbalanced. And then that's when we've got the stress coming in our body. And that's at the time I certainly found I was struggling, and everyone's going, you're stressed and you need to relax more. You know, you need to spend less time at work and everything like that. A lot of those outside stresses I could deal with. It was the internal stress, that lack of sleep, keeping my cortisol levels up. It was disrupting my ghrelin and leptin levels. So those hormones are the ones that affect your appetite. So the ghrelin stimulates your appetite, which means you feel more hungry. And the leptin's meant to signal fullness, which means it's not signaling fullness. So then you eat more. So then you can get on that roller coaster of having problems with weight gain, because you might be craving higher calorie foods. So It also, when we're having poor sleep, it disrupts our melatonin production. Um, if you don't know, it's known as our sleep hormone, and it's crucial for regulating our sleep-wake cycle. Uh, Poor sleep habits or irregular sleep patterns can disrupt melatonin production, and it's making it harder to fall asleep and to stay asleep. Creating consistent sleep schedules can actually help with that melatonin production. It also impacts our cognitive effect. So when we're not sleeping well, it can stop our memory consolidation. So while we're sleeping, our brain is processing and storing information from the day. It's strengthening our memories. When we don't get enough sleep, or if our sleep is disrupted, it leads to difficulties in learning and then recalling information. It has an impact on our decision making and problem solving. We'll find that we're slower at thinking. It could impair our judgment, reduce problem solving abilities, and it can affect our daily tasks and our work performance and our decision making. So you might find that your sleep's impacting you in the workplace, that where you were able to chop and change your thought process quite easily between work and interruptions. You might find that if you're suffering from poor sleep, that you're struggling with that. So any changes that you can make towards improving your sleep can have an improved effect on your cognitive abilities. There's emotional impacts of poor sleep. So it affects our mood regulation. When we don't get enough sleep, we can be irritable, we could be short-tempered, we could have mood swings, and we'll be sensitive to stress that comes about. So when we might find that we become overwhelmed easily when we've got the kids asking for something and we're trying to cook dinner, and then the husband comes in and wants something as well, and you're tired. That's when you'll feel the emotional impacts, and you'll feel that feeling of overwhelm and just wanting to go away and leave me alone. And it impacts our relationships with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones. And chronic sleep deprivation can put us at high risk of mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. And lack of sleep just affects the brain's ability to regulate our emotions and cope with stress, making us more vulnerable to these conditions. Our nervous system, balancing and rest. So we've got our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system. Our sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight response, which is what readies our body when we feel or perceive a threat. And we need that, but we need to be in our parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic system for our rest and digest, because that's where we're able to process and digest our food. It's where our nervous system is able to be calm and help us to go into a sleep and a restful state. And what happens when your body is under a lot of stress, you end up staying in that fight or flight response for longer. And then you can get in a cycle where you're not able to get out of that. And that's when you really start to see the sleep problems coming. Because when you can't quiet your mind and when you can't get your nervous system to calm and quieten down when it comes to going to sleep, you will have trouble sleeping. The vagus nerve is one of the main nerves in our body, and it plays a crucial role in that parasympathetic nervous system to help that relaxation and that recovery. And by stimulating the vagus nerve through deep breathing, through meditation, through massage, you can help shift our body from a stressed state to a relaxed state. And this can improve our sleep quality. So what I'd like to emphasize is poor sleep impacts multiple aspects of our health and our wellness. And understanding how these affect can help take actions and step towards better sleep. some practical tips for better sleep. So I'll go into these a bit deeper, but we'll look at, I'll talk around having a consistent sleep schedule, creating a sleep-friendly environment, and some relaxation tips and techniques. So I found by keeping a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, and everyone will say it helps regulate your body, internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. But probably the hardest part is being able to set yourself up to try and make that consistent sleep schedule. I certainly enjoyed, after a busy week, coming especially to a Sunday morning and having a nice sleep in, late Saturday night, sleep in on a Sunday morning, especially in this cold weather. But I have found in the last 8 to 9 months where I've completely switched that around and still get up within half an hour of that wake time, regardless of what time I go to bed. I am now starting to see the impact of waking up and feeling more refreshed. I'm not quite at the point of waking up without an alarm, but I certainly am seeing the impact that having that sleep routine and that schedule is bringing for my health. Finding a sleep routine is a very personal one. So I established a goal idea of to be in bed by about 10 o'clock. Some nights it's earlier, some nights it's later. It depends what's going on. But I found that finding a way to wind down before bed is that you need to do it in a way that is right for you. And that could be, I usually have a cup of tea, probably an hour before bed. Aim to be off of my social media and mobile phone at about the same time, because what I didn't know until just recently, that scrolling through social media is overstimulating for the brain because it's giving us that quick dopamine fix. So you might think, oh, I'll just have a look and see what's happening. And you go, oh, wow, that's happened. And it's giving us a dopamine fix. And it's setting off that sympathetic nervous system. It might send it into fight or flight. So if you can, try and find time to put mobile phones, tablets down. And other ways I have incorporated is that I actually spend time to meditate. I used to try doing it before bed, but then it was like the sleep time was getting later because it's like, oh, well, I've just caught up with the family if they've got in late, have my cup of tea and then trying to meditate. So I started to incorporate meditation into actually being in bed at the time of going to sleep. And I found some fantastic meditations that are on Insight Timer. And I then proceeded to buy myself a Bluetooth headband that has speakers in it. So effectively, I could listen to a meditation as I was winding down to go to sleep. And I've actually found, I've been doing that for the last 3 months, and I actually track my sleep because I do wear a Fitbit, and I found that my actual deep sleep has improved. So I might have nights where I'm not improving the length of time for my sleep, but I'm improving the amount of deep sleep I've got. So I'm still getting as much benefit as I would if I had 8 hours sleep. I can have 6.5 hours sleep and have just as good sleep outcome. The other issue people tend to have when they try and establish a sleep routine, or it's coming time to wind down and go to sleep, is that racing mind, that monkey mind that can come on. You're finally slowing down and stopping at the end of the day, and the mind's now starting to tell you, oh, you've got this to do tomorrow and you've forgotten to do that, and did you go and turn that off before you decided to get into bed? So you may find keeping a journal to write those thoughts down before you go to sleep and clear them off. Just sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and just anything that comes into mind, writing it down and putting it down. You can do that again if you wake in the middle of the night. If something comes up, write it down, clearing it out of your mind. So it's not trying to hold on to that thought, so that you can settle back down and go back to sleep. The other key thing I found very helpful for myself in the early days was keeping a little bit of a sleep journal. At first, I kept it for about a week or two in the beginning, just trying to track what, if I woke up in the middle of the night, I would aim to remember the next morning to try and work out what was on my mind. Was it because there was something big on at work the next day? Had something happened with the family? Then, after I'd established an idea of the possible things that were waking me up, I then worked on those. And now really, I just reflect. If I've had a bad night's sleep, I'll have a look what was maybe going on the day before. Was there something that may have been on my mind? Was there something coming up that was playing on my mind? And quite often now, I will just I won't say brush it off, but I'll just justify and go, you know what, last night was not the most fantastic sleep, but tonight's sleep will be fantastic because I'll be extremely tired, and whatever was bothering me has moved on, and move from there. Creating a sleep-friendly environment. So being able to create a comfortable environment to help our body relax, prepare for sleep is really important. People are very different. Some people need a totally, completely blacked out bedroom before they can sleep. And if you do find that light bothers you, trying to make your bedroom as dark as possible can be very helpful. If you're woken easily by noises, maybe some soft earplugs, or like I suggested, the headband I'm using when I go to sleep, because I'm listening to a meditation, I don't hear any other noises. You could have white noise. And sometimes you just, depending where you live, you may struggle to minimize those disruptions, but do the best that you can. And then just check your bedding. Is your bed as comfortable as it can be? Make sure you're not too hot and you're not too cold. Hot nights in summer, most people tend to struggle to sleep because we're too hot. And then if we're too cold in winter, we can have the same problem. So just review those. I took a while to find a comfortable pillow. And then I tried to buy a new pillow and found it was really uncomfortable. So I went back to my old pillow. But it was interesting how something, you could say so small or so simple, can have quite a huge impact. Incorporating relaxation techniques. So I have mentioned how I have used meditation and mindfulness. So I do aim to meditate every morning for about 10 minutes. And I have been doing that for probably 12 to 18 months. But I found bringing meditation in at the end of the day and at bedtime has been calming my parasympathetic nervous system down more and allowing my body to go in to that deeper sleep, which is where it's able to rest and restore. But even simple things like deep breathing exercises. And there's a lot of different deep breathing exercises out that you can do. There's box breathing. So I do a version of box breathing where I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. And I'll do a cycle of that 5 to 6 times. And I'll do that at any time in the day when I feel that something might be building up, or I might be getting frustrated with something. And then I find that just brings my nervous system back into some balance. And then I have a clearer head to be able to continue on. So even doing breathing like that 5 to 10 minutes before you get into bed, you might be able to find that that brings you some benefit. And yes, Tony, problems being cold going to sleep, and then you wake up because you put more blankets on you. Exactly, I can relate to that. So as I said, I have taken, rather than listening to a guided meditation now, I have taken to listening to meditation music that has a theta and a delta brainwave. And I've been finding that that's been creating a very deep relaxation for me. And there's lots of different apps out there. There's Insight Timer. I think there's Calm. I think Spotify have some. They're almost everywhere to be able to get meditations these days. So it brings me to my next section where I have a relaxation hypnosis for everyone. So I can going to take you, if you're all happy to do so, through about a 10-minute guided meditation so that you can focus on your breath. And all you need to do is get comfortable in your seat, be able to sit comfortably, and make sure that you are going to be warm, and relax your shoulders. Ensure your back is supported, and just close your eyes gently, or you can lower your gaze if that feels more comfortable. I want you to focus on your breathing and notice your natural breathing pattern and allow it to deepen and slow down, helping you to relax. And just listen to my instructions and follow along with this guided meditation. And if you're listening to this recording and you happen to be driving, listen to this relaxation meditation at a different time. So I just want you to rest, sitting comfortably as you listen to the sound of my voice. And as you listen to me, you may be aware from time to time that your mind is beginning to wander. And if it does, that is fine. Just let me know your own thoughts come and go as they will, because this is your time to relax. And true relaxation takes no effort at all. During your everyday activities, you are using a lot of muscle groups and energy, and there is so much information filtering through your senses that it can make your body tense and strained. However, this relaxation program will allow you to unwind and let go of the cares of each day, so that when you return to the here and now, you will feel totally refreshed, re-energized and alive, and able to deal more effectively with whatever you need to do. Perhaps you can imagine your body as a raging ocean. Your breathing is like the tempestuous waves on that ocean, rising up, falling down, ebbing and flowing, responding to weather patterns. The worries of the day are like a fierce gale force wind as the great waves thrash against the sea walls, constantly raging, foaming and splashing against the craggy rocks jutting out from the sea, sending up fountains of frothy, white sea spray and roaring like an agitated lion that is walking on burning, hot coals. The deep waters of your ocean contain trillions of microorganisms and a multitude of colourful, intriguing sea life, all of which have a part to play. Just like the cells and organs of all systems of your body, supporting you as you support them. It is as though your body and mind have been ravaged by the storm. All the events of the day building up, and it's now time to rebalance yourself. Tune out from the stresses and strains of modern day life and enjoy this quality time, allowing your body to rest and relax and tune into your inner place of peace and tranquility. So imagine now that the storm is passing. The sky becomes brighter and bluer as the sun breaks through the clouds which disperse slowly and effortlessly away and over the far horizon. And as the clouds disappear and the sky becomes bluer, the sun gains its strength and shines down on the ocean, reflecting like diamonds on the once fierce waves, which are calming, slowing down easily, effortlessly, until all becomes quiet and still once again. You are your ocean. Your body is resting, relaxing, breathing more slowly and evenly, all the muscles relaxing, easing away all the tensions of the day, feeling at peace with the life in your ocean, which responds to the passing of the storm and the stillness that is all around you. Let your body feel heavy and limp, if you will, or allow it to float above the ocean to a place where you can gain a wider perspective of the life that is existing around you in such a calm way. Notice the glistening bodies of baby dolphins just below the surface of the water, swimming gracefully with their parents in groups of 5 or 6. One does a dance out of the water and the others follow suit, gracing you with their delightful performance. It is as though they are saying, "Welcome to our world. We can enjoy playing, just being happy and calm." You can see other fish swimming in the shallows. They haven't a care in the world, and neither have you. As the air becomes warmer, you feel calmer and more relaxed than you ever thought it possible to be. Further away, you notice a group of rocks at the foot of a cliff which are hiding a small cove, a haven where black and white bodies are moving, diving into the water and crawling out again. shaking the water from their uniformed bodies as they scamper onto the rocks. Penguins of various sizes, standing and watching the world go by. Your ocean is your sea of tranquility, a place where you can feel calm and relaxed and at peace with the universe. Your relaxing thoughts and emotions bob about on top of the gently moving sea as the lapping waves edge slowly towards the safety of the shoreline. Every cell, every consciousness, every nerve and fiber of your body are totally and completely relaxed. You haven't a care in the world right now. Nothing else matters but this wonderful feeling of relaxation. And relaxation comes easy to you because every day you make a point of spending some quality time, allowing your body and mind to relax. Experience the storm of the day passing over, replaced by a calm, sunny day, and your sea becomes tranquil and serene again. And you can stay here until you are ready to return to the here and now, knowing that you will always arise feeling wonderfully refreshed and alert with your mind focused, and you are able to deal effectively with whatever you need to do. And when you are ready to return, just take a deep breath, stretch your arms if you wish, open your eyes with a smile on your face, feeling totally happy and rejuvenated. So come back. How are we all feeling?
That was beautiful. Thank you.
That's okay.
What a beautiful voice
Ah,
and beautiful imagery. So relaxing.
thank you. I like doing meditations, even if I'm doing them for people, because I feel very relaxed as well.
Feeling good, thanks.
Good, Kerry. And I will just, even if Shelley just wants to put comment in, good, so that I know that Shelley is back with us. So she's feeling relaxed too. That's good. So I'm glad that you all enjoyed that. And I hope that you can feel some calm in that. And I do hope that it also leads you to having a good night's sleep tonight. We'll move on, and I'll touch on now about the healing power of massage. So massage therapy can be incredibly beneficial in reducing stress and promoting relaxation, because it works on, especially the treatments I do, work on calming your nervous system to take you from the sympathetic nervous system into that parasympathetic nervous system. So from that fight or flight response into that rest or digest. So predominantly I use aromatherapy massage and lymphatic drainage massage for my treatments, and they easily help your body to be able to enter a state of relaxation, which can have an impact on improving your sleep quality. Regular massage also helps alleviate muscle tension, reducing anxiety, and can promote a deep sense of calm. And this all contributes to a better sleep also. If you're holding tensions in your body, depending on what your work is, if you're holding it through your shoulders and your back because you work in an office job, that can impact your sleep quality, because you can be very tight when you're trying to sleep, and then you could be getting pains through the night that would be keeping you awake or waking you up. Massage also improves circulation. So it helps the blood circulation, helping deliver that oxygen and the nutrients to our muscles so that they can work effectively. And by improving our circulation, we're able to remove toxins from our body, which can promote a healthier state and a sense of relaxation and well-being. And incorporating essential oils into massage, because I do incorporate them, but incorporating them in through your home as well, you can actually promote calm and well-being. And depending on the oils, you could have a blend that helps you to sleep. A lot of people look to use lavender and chamomile to create calming environments for sleep. But I also actually have a calm blend that I use. So I make my blends up into spritz sprays as one way. I find they're a simple way for people to use them, especially if they want to use them before bed. You can spritz it over your pillow, over the top of your head, and then you can get the benefits of those oils as you wind down and go to sleep. So my favorite oils for promoting sleep are actually lime, vetiver, cedarwood, and lavender. I find that is a very calming blend to the body's nervous system and can help promote sleep. But you can incorporate essential oils into diffusers if you've got a diffuser throughout your house. As I said, you could put have them in a spray, or you could even put essential oils on a tissue, and you can tuck that into your pillowcase or have that tucked into the top of your nightshirt. Other ways that you can incorporate essential oils is you could have a bath before bedtime if it's something you like to do, and you can dilute your essential oils in some full cream milk and add that to your bath. And that is another way to be able to incorporate essential oils in to help you. Just going to have a sip of water. So I do have an offer. I have an ultimate relaxation package, which is a 1 hour aromatherapy massage with a hypnosis meditation included in that. Very similar to what I've taken you through to today. And that's normally $200, but I'm offering that for $150 to participants of my masterclass. And also for the first 10 bookings that I get, they will receive my free hypnosis meditation, which is a meditation to support the relaxation of your vagus nerve. So by listening to that on a regular basis, you should see an improvement to being able to help your body unwind and improve your sleep. So it's an offer that I've put together just for those that registered for the masterclass. So if you would like to know more or take me up on that offer, I will be sending an email out at the end of today once the recording is downloaded. That will have all of that information. It will have a copy of the recording. It will have links in it to be able to book your session, but also details of how you can contact me if you would like to discuss it further. Does anyone have any questions? And you can come off mute or you can put them in the chat, whichever way you prefer.
Is there any, like, you know how I mentioned going to sleep cold and then waking up hot?
Yes.
Is there any tips on dealing with that? I know, like, I'm 47, it's like perimenopause stuff, you know, like getting hot as well, but I've always been cold going to sleep. So
yeah, and it's interesting you touch on that with perimenopause, because I think for us women, it's probably one of the toughest parts of our life to navigate. And we can all be very different. So you go to sleep cold and then wake up hot. So you lay yourself to be warm to get to sleep, don't you? And then you get hot. Yeah. So it can be difficult if it comes back to hormones. Having said that, you could look at different ways. So it could be if you go into a deeper sleep that you might not notice, like you may just fall back in. But I think that would be better if it was the other way. If you went to sleep hot and you got cool, I think you would fall back to sleep easier. Look, there's probably what you could. Look, I would recommend a naturopath probably to actually investigate if it is a hormone connection, because I could suggest that you use essential oils to try and put yourself into a deeper sleep, or to meditate to try and put yourself into a deeper sleep. But if you're getting like really hot, then you're waking up because you're needing to throw. Do you go back to sleep easily afterwards, or you
Yeah, like I don't have much trouble going to sleep, but sometimes it just takes me a little while to go back to sleep if I'm hot. And it's not every night, it's just every now and then. I'll wake up and I'll be like not sweating, but just really hot, and then just have to rip everything off and just cool down for a little while. And like I don't let it bother me anymore, like as long as I'm not stressing about it, then it's normally like okay. If I was worried about it, that would be so much worse.
Yeah, and I think that is a cycle that we can sometimes get into, is that if we focus on it and we put that mindset to it and go, oh my goodness me, I'm waking up every night. Look, night sweats with perimenopause would be and are the pits. And I don't think I had them as bad as what some people have. And that's where it becomes a bit of you've got to look at it, addressing everything you can do yourself, but then look at it, is it hormones, and what can I do to make changes with hormones?
Yeah, but thank you. That's a good reminder, because I do have like supplements from the naturopath and I just forget about them.
Yeah, yeah. And I've tried many things, but I know people have said that they've made slight changes in their diets, and by making those changes in the diets, it's helped support the hormone changes, which has then had that flow-on effect. So yeah, but yes, if you've got supplements from the naturopath, maybe.
I know. I'll take them. I'll start taking them again.
It's hard to remember to take them. Thanks for your question. Does anyone else have a question? No, that's okay if you don't. I wanted to make sure I finished on time, but
how about a snoring husband?
Yeah, good luck. What's the cause for the snoring? No,
I was just joking. That's okay.
No, I only laugh because I will admit I was the snorer. So you say snoring husband, and I go, oh my God, no, that was me. And I have sleep apnea. So yeah, that was another big yes, the headband. Yes, Shelley, I like that. Maybe a headband would help with the sleeping husband. And the headbands I talked about, believe it or not, I picked them up for $6 on Temu. Yeah, yeah. And they don't sit right on your ears. The little speakers sit actually just above, and then the place that you control it from and that keeps the charge is just up on the top of your head, and you can actually wear them as a sleep mask as well. So it's a win-win. I'm sure Craig won't mind me saying he has one as well, and he wanted it for the sleep mask part, but loves the Bluetooth part of being out. So we just listen to separate meditations now rather than us trying to decide on a meditation that we're both happy with. But yeah, so $5 or $6, but the most I've seen them, I wouldn't go over 10. There's lots on Temu that you can, and they all look the same in varying prices. But yeah, if you have a look, and they are actually really great quality. So unless you don't charge them, and then you get the at 11 o'clock at night, your battery is running flat voice in your head. So you just rip it off. Worry about charging it. So anyway, does anyone else have any questions? If not,
I'd love to see that chart again that you made. Did you made that? That was amazing.
yes, I did.
Like
I
a
can.
holistic wellness chart with the chakras on the split circle.
This one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks great.
Thank you. I put that together. That's as I said, that's sort of my 10 years of working with clients and on myself, that I feel that we just have this huge big connection. And yeah, I like chakras, and my goal is also to create an essential oil blend for each of my elements as well.
Awesome.
So
I
whilst I
love
have
it.
about 7 blends, some of them will link in, but I will do a revamp of them and create, seven new blends.
Beautiful.
So yes,
Mm.
yes. So if anyone has any questions, that you're welcome to contact me out of this session, and I'm happy to have a discussion if anything comes up after this. And because I'll go back to my last slide now, because I put it there. Let's go with it to finish the night off. So thank you all. You can contact me via email, via my website. Oh, I didn't put my phone number on here, but you'll find my phone number on my website as well if you need to reach out to me.
Beautiful. Thanks so
And
much.
if
That
there's
was
no more
excellent.
questions, I'll let you all go. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.